cream. We are on our way to the Tulip Festival in Ottawa. I've never been to the Tulip Festival, so I'm excited to see what it's like. Well, everyone, we've made it. The Tulip Festival. We've spent our entire 20s being best friends.
We survived university together, traveled together,
Moved to a foreign country together, survived long distances apart,
and made it back together during a global pandemic.
all while making each other laugh along the way.
If we've learned one thing in our 20s, it's that having amazing friendships is everything.
And we want to say bon voyage to this decade in an unforgettable way.
So, since we've been besties for the last 10 years,
Over the next 10 months, we're going to try and finish visiting 30 countries before our 30th birthdays.
we're gonna spend our hot girl summer traveling around Europe before going on to Southeast Asia and maybe even some other places along the way.
And we couldn't do it without bringing you along. We're going to document the whole process, so grab your bestie and get ready for an amazing adventure. The Tulip Festival has been held in Ottawa, Canada every year since 1953. I've been so excited to come see the festival in person, not only because it's beautiful, but because it represents a unique connection between Canada and the Netherlands. The man with two hats. This is a statue that has an exact same replica in the Netherlands. If you're from Apeldoorn, this man may look more familiar to you, but this connection is more than just a statue. The story of the Tulip Festival starts all the way back during World War II. After the Nazi invasion and occupation in the Netherlands, Princess Juliana came to Canada with her two young daughters, Princess Beatrix and Princess Irene, to find refuge in Ottawa. While they were here, it was said that she lived very humbly and took her daughters to school, did her own gardening, even did her own grocery shopping, and also while she was here, Princess Juliana gave birth to her third daughter, Princess Margriette. On January 19th, 1943, the Canadian government declared the maternity suite of Princess Juliana to be extraterritorial and temporarily a part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, so that Princess Margriette could be born a full Dutch citizen, and she's still the only royal to ever be born on Canadian soil to this day. The Dutch flag was even flown at the top of the Canadian Parliament buildings to celebrate her birth, and they stayed in Ottawa until they could all return safely together to the Netherlands in 1945. In the meantime, Canadian forces played a pivotal role in liberating the Netherlands during the war. They negotiated a truce to provide food relief and advanced across the Netherlands in May of 1945 with food, supplies, and even chocolate for the people of the Netherlands. This certainly solidified a special bond between the two countries. So what does this all have to do with tulips again? Well, after the war, Princess Juliana sent 100,000 tulip bulbs to Canada to thank them for their efforts in the war and for being her safe haven, especially during the birth of Princess Margriette. Since then, the Dutch royal family and the Dutch Bulb Growers Association have each sent 10,000 tulip bulbs to Canada every year. It was also out of this initial gift that the idea for the Tulip Festival was born. Photographer Malak Karsh was capturing the blooms sent by Princess Juliana on Parliament Hill in 1946. By 1951, he suggested that the festival become an annual event. Now there's even a bed of tulips planted across from Parliament Hill dedicated to Malak every year with his favorite variety of the flower. It really keeps going and going. So we are here just before the Lilac, oh my god, I keep saying Lilac Festival because of Calgary. The Tulip Festival opens just before it actually opens, but we heard that the tulips are best looking right now, so we wanted to come catch them before they were gone. Now that is where you want to live. Oh, okay, finding a spot to take a good selfie. I can't breathe. Whoa. Look at these little ones called Ice Cream Banana. Adorable. Not a bad gift from the Dutch, I must say. As thousands of tulip bulbs are planted each year, different varieties are selected for their color and shape and texture, and even cooler for their symbolic significance. Because tulip varieties are bred and produced based on demand, the National Capital Commission selects specific varieties, such as the Canadian Liberator, to ensure that they will continue to be produced. Les Pays-Bas au Canada, it's my place! If we make it to the end of this path, we have walked the entire Tulip Festival. Well, we caught the tulips. Good night. Just out on a walk, and I stumbled upon a bunch of trilliums, which are Ontario's provincial flower. I believe it's illegal or against bylaw or something to pick them or to harm them just because they're the provincial flower. I've been walking the same places that I used to walk during the pandemic, specifically through some of the paths in the woods, and it's such a deja vu experience, but also kind of wonderful to come back to these same places when I'm in such a different place of life now and going on to a different chapter. It really reminds me of how far I've come in the past couple of years, which is nice. It literally is so muddy. Oh my god, I almost fell into that when I was chatting. My dad brought my grandma and I out to the boat, and it's giving Ontario cottage country. I'm on the wrong side. Before long, it was time to get ready for my next stop. I'm packing everything up for Toronto. It always feels a little more real when everything has to fit into the backpack. It's been so nice to see everyone. Someone was looking at me, I got scared. So I just said goodbye to my mom and stepdad. They're off to Ireland for 3 weeks for their own trip, and I'm heading off to Toronto. It's so surreal. I can't believe that it's starting. Honestly, I've been telling people in Ottawa there's been a couple like full starts because I left Calgary, and that was a huge like adrenaline moment. I came to Ottawa and then sort of like was here for a few weeks. Now I'm leaving Ottawa, and I'm really excited, but I'm going to Toronto for a few weeks. And then I'm going to be leaving Canada, so there's been a couple of false starts. And coming home is always just such a mix of emotions because I'm super happy and grateful that I got to come home. But it's always super hard because you check in, you have a little moment, you kind of see where everyone's at, you see the life that you're missing a little bit more, and then you have to leave again. And it's so hard to leave again. So it's such a mix of emotions. I always feel like it's like bittersweet because I'm going to such an exciting adventure, but it's so hard to say see you soon, see you later to people that you love. It just is. I'm so excited still. I'm so excited. I can't believe it's happening. As we arrived in the city, our landing got redirected, meaning we got some incredible views over the city skyline. And this is where I leave you. All of my socials can be found down in the description box below. And when I see you next time, I'll be in Toronto. Bye.